I am equipped with all I need to be a billionaire. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Project 5,000. Yes, Project 5,000. And there's going to be another one on Douglas Ford's platform at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight at STM Global Disruption because we're going to start the new year off right. How we're going to start it off right? We're going to start it off with Project 5,000. That's right. Right now, we're just gathering, we're making our list, we're checking it twice. We're going to find out who wants to be nice in the economic structure. So remember, banking is necessary. However, banks are not. So make sure you get back with the person who's invited you here tonight and let them know that you want to be on their list. Tell them don't move on this without you. You make sure you let them know to put them on your list or tell them to put you on their list. So before we get started, I want to give you this important message, okay? So I want you to allow me to make something abundantly clear. The ideas and financial strategies that are and will be revealed within this overview are only for people willing to look at money in a different way than what we've all been taught. Now, this will only benefit people willing to acknowledge that there are smarter ways to securing wealth and cash flow, independence for financial freedom, and economic dominance. You know why? Because the only economy that matters is the one in your own home. So I want to talk to you about fintech and digital wallets. Now, right now, it has not reached $16 trillion. However, the fintech and digital wallet space is going to $16 trillion. And we are inserting ourselves, for those who are willing to look at money in a different way, we're inserting ourselves into this $16 trillion industry by revenue sharing in the profits, or shall I say, in the revenue, because this is beyond profit sharing. This is actually sharing in the $16 trillion of digital wallet industry. Okay. So things and places and companies like Venmo, they're already doing over $850 million in transactions, revenue. PayPal, this is old specs. This is old statistics. PayPal used to do $4.1 billion in transaction. However, they're doing a whole lot more right now. And Cash App. Cash App is over amounting $2.1 billion in digital asset. Now, look, digital wallets, what they provide is an on-demand financial mobile service to the end user via their smartphone, their tablet, their laptop, their computer, and whatever else may be coming along. Those spy glasses, excuse me, those eyeglasses that you can record. Who knows? Maybe you could just click the button and download your digital wallet. Okay. And through network effect, we have scalable on demand revenue to our owners and our pursuers, prosumers. Make sure you remember that word. And through network effect, PayPal receives revenue from over 430 million digital wallets every month. However, you don't have to believe me. Mm-mm. You can hear it from the founder and former CEO himself, Elon Musk. Elon, take it away.
And did y'all think that PayPal was just going to be a, simple little, internet way to, or do you think it was going to turn into the major kind of transaction processing engine that it is right now?
I didn't expect PayPal's growth rate to be what it was.
Yeah.
So, and that actually created major problems. So we started PayPal on University Avenue.
Oh.
After the first month or so of the website being active, we had 100,000 customers.
Really? Wow, I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, it was nutty.
Oh, wow. And how did it start? How did people just even know to use it? And I mean, obviously, both buyer and seller have to be involved.
Yeah. Well, we started off first by offering people $20 if they opened an account, and $20 if they referred anyone.
Oh.
And then we dropped it to $10, and then we dropped it to $5. As the network got bigger and bigger, the value of the network itself exceeded any sort of carrot that we could offer.
So how much money did you all spend with that kind of $5, $10, $20 incentive to get that critical mass going?
That was a fair amount. I think it was probably $60 or $70 million.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was a
Yeah, it was
substantial. Oh, okay. So we're not talking peanuts here. Yeah.
And then we just did a bunch of things to decrease the friction because it's just like bacteria in a petri dish.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is try to have one customer generate, like 2 customers.
Yeah.
Okay, or something like that, maybe 3 customers ideally, and then you want that to happen really fast. You could probably model it just like bacteria growth in a petri dish, and it'll just it'll expand very quickly until it hits the sides of the petri dish. And
Yeah.
it slows down.
Thank you, Elon. So I just want to take this moment to share some things that I heard. First of all, he said he started out giving people $20, then he scaled it down to 10, then he scaled it down to 5, and of course he stopped altogether at one point in time, giving these, i.e. referral incentives or dangling the carrot in front of the masses. How would you have liked to be a part of not the carrot acquisition, but the revenue that generated from every transaction that carrot dangling acquisition amassed to? You see, he was giving out $20 to the person and then $20 to that person who got a person. However, imagine if he would consistently, ongoingly have paid those word of mouth advertisements consistent $20 residually. Wouldn't you have loved to be a part of that? Wouldn't you have loved for Eon to come and say, look, if you just be my word of mouth advertisement, I will consistently give you $20 on every transaction? Oh, you would have never left PayPal. Oh, you would have never, never, ever, 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 ever left PayPal. Well, guess what? Before I go on, I want you to see how this industry is not just going to grow, but it's going to surmount to beyond wherever you could ever think, ask for, or hope. If you look at the statistics, digital wallet adoption is growing rapidly around the world. In fact, with the number of users and transactions values increasing at a significant rate, you cannot move money these days without a digital wallet. Even in your central banking system, your Wells Fargo, your Navy Federal, your US Federal, your Bank of America, all of them have digital wallets because you cannot move money without having a digital wallet. Some other wallets, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Google Pay, those are also digital wallets. So we are entering into that digital wallet adoption, not only as consumers using the system, but as prosumers that will get paid from the system. So I want you to look at the number of users in 2022. Now, there were about 3.4 billion digital wallet users worldwide, which was about 42.6%, which was less than half of the global population. Now, by 2026, the number of users is expected to grow to 5.2 billion, which would be more than 50% of the global population. Now, watch that. That's just the numbers of users. We're not even talking about the transaction. That means the withdrawals, the deposits, the exchanges, the sending and receiving money. You're talking about last year in 2023. Actually, it's about 2 years now because we're only, what, 5 days away from 2025? The digital wallet transaction value surpassed over 9 trillion. That's with the T. And by 2028, the total value of digital wallet transactions is expected to rise over $16 trillion, which is a 77% increase, which is why we are here at this moment in time. You know why? Because we're offering you to become a strategic revenue sharing owner, in which you could own your very own peer-to-peer revenue sharing global network and receive ongoing scalable recurring revenue as a service. And we're talking about fintech on the blockchain via a smart contract. You see, because money is not free. You're going to have to exchange something of value for money. But money can be free. And we want to introduce you to 4 pockets in this network. And we're talking about peer-to-peer funding. And that's a technology-driven system anyone can use to access needed residual cash flow that can scale to millions. And all you have to do is execute 2 steps one time. Then we're talking about blockchain as a service. Everyone wants to talk about product. But guess what? PayPal is a service. Venmo is a service. Cash App is a service. Bank of America is a service because when you do that mobile deposit or when you take that cash and you go to that teller, please tell me when you gave and hand over that deposit to the teller, please tell me what product did you receive? You got a receipt. So if you want to constitute a receipt as a product, then hey, your receipt was a product. But otherwise, you got a service. You gave them money to service how they govern your money. That's right. I want you to go to YouTube and look up fractional reserve lending. But guess what? That was then. About 2 years ago, at one point in time, they would have to at least retain 10% of your deposit before loaning it out. About 2 or 3 years ago, that changed. Yes, the game changed where whenever you make a deposit into a central bank, they can use of that deposit and lend it out. And guess what? We know that possession is 9% of the law or 99% of the law. So if they possess your money, it's actually theirs. But we're going to show you how you not only can be a blockchain servicer, which will reduce reliance on traditional intermediaries, enhancing the velocity of money throughout the closed loop infrastructure. We will also show you how to become a prosumer. Now, I want you to remember that word, prosumer, because it's actually a compound word of producer and consumer. And participants will have a direct role in shaping our network development, fostering greater inclusivity and shared ownership. And remember, you will only have to execute 2 steps one time. And then let's talk about global payment. You're talking about instant member-to-member transfers worldwide. Now, say you made a $1,000 deposit in your central banking account, whether it's Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Navy Federal, USAA, doesn't matter. You make a 100,000 deposit, they're going to hold your deposit. And forget about just easily or transferring that overseas, maybe to a cousin who lives in Brazil with the greatest of ease. No, they're going to vet that deposit. They're going to hold that deposit, and they're going to make sure that they gain the interest off that deposit before you can move it. You don't want that. You want to be able to not only deposit your full amount, but you want to be able to withdraw your money daily. You don't want zero gambling of your money. You don't want them to gamble with what you worked hard for, what you lived hard for, what you are setting aside for. No, because we're not a trading platform. Don't you know that's how the banks make money? They trade the very deposit that you put in, and they trade it on the stock exchange. Because how else you think they're going to make money off of your money? And how much do they give you as a thank you? They don't even give you a toaster anymore. Hey, they barely give you a dum-dum, excuse me, sucker, okay? So you want to be able to move throughout this system with the greatest of ease, because this is not a trading or an investment platform. Therefore, there is zero gambling of any money. Look, you want to build wealth the way banks do. How do banks build wealth? Well, just like we said, they pride themselves on consumers. Why? Because they are the producer. And what do? You deposit your money into a digital wallet, and banks loan out our deposit at interest, giving you only 0.01% of your very own money. Then the borrower pays the loan in interest, which amounts to about 33% to the bank. And remember, they're only going to give you 0.01% as a thank you. And then the banks pay you an annual rate of interest. What was that annual rate of interest? I'll remind you, 0.01%. Okay? Because they make their money off you being a consumer, not just the depositor, but also the borrower. They don't pay you for using your money, because guess what? They made the rules of the game. And if you don't know the rules, how are you expected to play, much less win? You can't win the game until you know the rules. So here, what we are doing, we are showing you not only the rules of the game, but we're showing you how to beat the game. And how do we do that? Number one, by depositing $28 to $127 into a Citizen wallet. And we're going to show you how to do that. And you will become a prosumer. Not just a consumer, but you're going to make money off of that $28 deposit. Also, you're going to be able to borrow money. That means you'll be able to withdraw your funds at any given Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, any given day. And once again, you're going to make your deposits, and you're going to make money off those deposits via a smart contract. You see, we build wealth like the banks do. This is Project 5,000, and we're going to generate 5,000 millionaires. That's our goal and our target in 2025. 2025, for those who did not know, is the number that equals to 9. 9 is the number of completion. So anything that your heart desired back before 2025, 2025, keep your dream alive, because I'm telling you, we're getting ready to go to the stratosphere and beyond. So, how are we going to do that? Well, let me show you and share with you some of the disruptors in this game. Remember taxi cabs? Remember the yellow cab with the little thing on top that said taxi? Well, when Uber came along, that negated the taxi fleets. Remember when you had to be in a conference room in order to talk about different things in the boardroom? Well, guess what? You and I are on Zoom, and we can be in different places all at one time. Zoom disrupted the telephone and having you to travel to certain areas just for a conference. Remember the entertainment where you had to have those rabbit ears for TVs or different stations, then cable came along. Guess what? You only need the Wi-Fi cable now. You don't even have to have cable to watch any channels. Why? Because as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can watch YouTube. You can watch streaming services. And let's not talk about, don't you let anybody in my house while I'm gone. Well, now people are traveling and renting out their houses as Airbnbs where people can have the comfort of home without staying in a hotel. Now, you see Project 5,000 down at the bottom? We're getting ready to disrupt the financial. What we're getting ready to do is change the game financially, where you don't have to have a bank or a banker, and you are your own bank. You own and operate your own branch, and you open up other branches by inviting and sharing this opportunity, and be ready to launch on January 1st, 2025. And then not only be ready to be the bank, be ready to make bank. And how are we going to do that? You're not only the seller, but you're the buyer, that prosumer with a smart contract. Because smart contracts allow transactions and transitions trustless and permissionless. Remember that $100,000 you had to wait until your bank released before you can utilize it? Not here. You'll be able to earn unlimited monthly recurring revenue. Remember, Elon only paid one time for you to invite someone, preferably 3 people, and he gave you 20 and gave them 20 for opening an account, and he said you had to do that real fast. Well, here we're already gathering the list, so when we open the door, baby sugar, honey, daddy, you ain't got to worry about speed, because it's going to be done. Then you'll be able to earn. Remember, your bank only gives you 0.01%? Well, here, as you having your own bank and sharing in the revenue, you're going to earn 0.25% on all transactions of your personally handpicked individual to open up their branches. And when they have their hand-picked individual to open their branches, you're going to also get 0.25% on all transactions that you personally refer and that they personally refer, whether it's a withdrawal, whether it's a deposit, or just a member-to-member transfer. Look, you're going to be able to own the track without betting on the horses. You're going to have your own global-to-global peer-to-peer payment. In essence, you now become Apple Pay. You now become Samsung Pay. You now become PayPal 3.0. And not only will you be able to own it, you can transfer it to your next of kin. Now, let's go through the money. Now, we're going to have two offerings, two what you call levels. The first level is citizen. You're going to strategically ensure automated scalable success to you, your partners, and anyone and everyone. What you're going to do is a one-time, listen to me good and let me say it. One time, I want you to think as I say it again, one time out of pocket amount of $125 for the citizen position. Now, the marketing strategy services the little guy and the big guy. So it doesn't matter if you're just making hundreds or if you're making millions. It's going to service not only the $100 but the billionaire and everyone in between receiving recurring deposits weekly, daily, while you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything else but do two steps one time. And then it's going to automate and eliminate any maybes to the on-demand simultaneous compound. Remember, let me refresh your memory. Plus, you're going to earn 0.25% on all transactions of your personally referred and your personal referred referrals. So you get $100, 0.25% of 100 is $25. Okay, just saying. You can do the math. If I'm wrong, correct me. But everyone receives residual micro deposits from all accounts following theirs on demand without any centralized interference and no waiting. What does that mean? Once you open up your 3 branches by your 3 handpicked selected people, partners, then guess what? You're going to receive $32 plus 0.25% on all of their transactions. Now, when they get their 3, then you're going to get 38 plus the 0.25% on not just yours, but on theirs. Now, you don't get it on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, but who needs it? Look at these numbers, okay? So when you help those 3 get their 3, or you don't have to help them, but it's a business. What bank open up branches around the world and don't at least check in to see if they're being manned properly? Okay? So even if you don't have to get any more branches, all you have to do is open 3. But I would like to at least make sure that they have everything they need so they can help those 3 get their 3. And then that's going to send you to 71, send us, shall I say. And this is not one time like Elon Musk was doing. This is residual, ongoing, massive passive residual income. That's correct. Now, when those 3 get their 3, then the ones that your people brought in, they're going to go to 38. Your branch is going to go to 71, and you're going to go to 172 residually, ongoing. And then when those 3 help their 3, then they are going to get 38. Theirs going to get 71, and those that you personally responsible are going to get 172, and you're going to get 476. And it depends on how fast you work this system, because this 476, the numbers are not going to change regardless of whether you're in week 5, hour 5, second 5. It doesn't matter. The numbers stay the same. So we're talking about, say this is week 6, but you did your branches, they open in 6 hours, okay? And they help theirs open in 6 hours, and so on and so forth. You're going to mass to 1,388. And everyone you personally sponsored are in the blue. You're in the white. Everyone else that comes after you are in the green. And the red is just when their 3 got 3. Okay? Now remember what Elon said. You want to do this as expeditiously as possible. Why? Because money loves speed. Okay? So we're talking about if we do this within a week or within a couple of hours, we're talking about 10 hours. If you do it correctly, 10 hours, you could be well over $100,000. That's right. Residually, receiving daily, weekly deposits that amasses this amount every 28 days. Okay, you can do this. You know why? Because we're citizens. We're not just a team, we're citizens. And when you are a citizen of something, guess what? You are a community. You are a village. You are amassing to beyond whatever you could hope or ask for or even think. Now, the next level, that's 425, and that's called enterprise. All right. Citizens were good, but enterprise, that's the best value. A one-time 425 out of pocket to open your branch. You can't even open a McDonald's with $425 one time. Hello? And the overhead. If you open a McDonald's, how much you spend on rent or mortgage, electric bill, water bill, any gas, advertisement? What would your overhead look like? We're talking about at the enterprise only $127 overhead per 28 days. Every 28 days, we're talking about 127 overhead every 28 days. And that takes care of your citizenship and your enterprise. And look what we're talking about in revenue, income. We're talking about when you get those 3 enterprise partners, you're going to get 149. When they get their 3 enterprise partner, guess what? They're going to get 149 and you're going to get 173. Oh, did I forget to mention? You will also get the 0.25% as well. That's correct, 0.25%. Now watch this. Let me tell you, this doesn't stop. You're getting 173 every week, every day until you reach those 28 days. And guess what? 28 days, your 127 will come out of your 173. Please tell me, what's more, 173 or 127? Guess what? You don't even have to worry about your subscription. And then look at this. When they get their 3 and your strategic partner gets their 3, you're now at 320. Already almost went ahead and got your investment, or shall I say your one-time out-of-pocket participation back. Look at week 4, hour 4, second 4. It doesn't matter. You're talking about 793. You're definitely in the profits. You're not only in the profit, your 127 overhead is taken care of. Look at the ones you brought in and the ones they brought in and the ones they brought in. Guess what? This goes on, up, on, up, on, and up. Not just to the 10th week, to 10th level, 10th hour, but this goes to infinity and beyond for the rest of your life, the rest of your children's life, the rest of your children's children's life, because remember, this is a willable business that you owned. So can you imagine being a Rockefeller, a Rothschild, a JP Morgan, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all wrapped up in the one, Warren Buffett, all wrapped up in the one, that you are you and you got something they didn't even have? Come on, not even Elon got this. So guess what? You are looking at in your 10th week, your next 28 days, or your 10th hour. It doesn't matter because these numbers do not change. You're looking at over 500,000, not just one time, not twice, not 3 times a lady, but we're talking about forever and ever and ever and always and beyond. So what we're doing, and I'm going to erase this, I want you to look at these numbers and remember that your best value is going to come in at 425. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you go to moscaworld.com, and watch the video on how to go ahead and load up your MetaMask. So when January the 1st comes, you'll be right, ready, and strapped. Push the button. That's right. So all you have to do, get those 3 or more individual businesses, nonprofits, churches. You want to get them in mind. Those who want to automate recurring revenue with you. Remember, we're not doing any financial commitments right now, just verbal commitments for positioning. Because one thing about anything is your position that counts. Stand in line in a buffet and get out of line. Let me say that again. Stand in line at a buffet and the line, especially on a Sunday after church, you get out that line if you want to. Okay. All right. All right. So you want to invite to the next webinar. There's going to be another webinar tonight on Douglas Ford's platform at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you get this out. I will be hosting that one on Doug Ford's platform. So you want to invite to stmglobaldisruption.com. Once again, that's stmglobaldisruption.com, because you, your friends, their organizations, their churches, their businesses, their nonprofits will only benefit from timing and positioning and social proof from day one. So this is a way we get smarter than money. Just tell them to come see a woman who's going to tell them all about what they need. All you have to do is you invite and we will ignite. Okay, so again, 9 p.m. at stmglobaldisruption.com on Douglas Ford platform. I'll make sure I post it. And you want to ask yourself, will this be your moment? Will this be the time and chance that you take advantage of what's before you? Or will this just be a memory? You don't want it to just be a memory where you tell your children and your children's children, we could have had our own bank. Do something today. So, once again, many people rarely understand the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. This is Project 5,000, because we're going to put this before at least a minimum of 5,000 people. And some, if not all, if not more, those 5,000 people are going to take the chance, because it's not about just a chance taken. It's an opportunity given. So don't just chase money. Have money chasing you. Get yourself in positioning. This is the time. Be a part of the game-changing history and attend our next Zoom. Go ahead and blast this out. Doug's Ford platform, stmglobaldisruption.com. And then get with your inviter to the next meeting time, because success wants speed. And also come to our inner circle at Prosperity Hub 5,000. Once again, that's Prosperity Hub, 5,000. So make sure that you come tonight at 9 p.m. on STM Global Disruption.